Alright, so now it's time to sack this pen. I have the pen parts, the barrel, the cap, the nib and feed and section, a sack, razor blade, some sack shellac from Anderson pens, and I've taken some 800 grit wet or dry and just clean that nipple there where the sack is going to go on to make sure, first of all, that it's not super slick and the shellac can grab hold of it, and second of all, that it's clean. And what I want to do, let's set this apart away for a minute, is I want to measure this sack. This is a size 15 sack. There are calculations on YouTube on a couple of different channels that tell you how to calculate how large of a sack, I got some dirt on there from something, you need that'll fit into like this barrel. But you also have to understand that you've got a lever and a J-bar in here, and some of them got I forget, just called a pressure bar, and it's a little bit more bulky, I think, from the pictures I've seen of them. And so it might fit here, but if it jams up against that J-bar and doesn't want to go all the way into the pen, doesn't matter whether you measured or not. The best thing to do is get a couple of different sizes. What I did was I bought the size 15 sack, which the measurements, the calculations said would fit in this pen, and then a couple of others. I bought a set of sacks that are like a repairman set from Anderson pens. You get 5 different sizes just in case I needed something smaller, but this works quite well. It goes all the way into the pen, and I'm going to push it all the way into the pen, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that flush, or as close to flush as you can get it. Then I'm going to take my tweezers and pull that sack out of there. And what I've got, if you look at the way that it works, alright, now that's going to go all the way to the end of this, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right down here, and I'm just going to take as much as this little section that it goes on to and the threads on the section, and I'm going to cut it there. That way, when I put it in the pen, that's the cap, dummy, you'll see there's plenty of room there. I just don't want it laying up against the brass part of that J-bar, and over time ossifying, getting hard and sticking in there. And I'm thinking of the next guy maybe that comes up against this pen and has to repair it. So that's the deal with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to move this razor blade just because I want it out of the way. And I need to go get some magnification. I got a headset magnification, a magnifying headset, and I want that as I work with this pen. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to open me some sack shellac, I'm going to do that puppy right there, that jobby, and then I'm going to press this corner. I'm going to grab, and I'm just going to, almost had it, and I'm just going to push this sack on here, and you see it's being a little bare. I'm going to push this sack on here. And I'm going to get me, because I got shellac all over my fingers. And I want to turn that while I've got it in my hands. While it's up there and it's straight. But I want to get any shellac that I got on my fingers that may have made it to the barrel of this pen. Or this section, rather, the barrel. The section of this pen, I can't speak. The first thing I want to do is I want to close that up, because I'll be messing around here all silly like. And then the next thing that you know, my sack shellac will be all over the place and not in the bottle that it came out of. Alright, now that's best I can do. If there's any kind of shellac left on that section, because I won't show it, that'll be later. But if there's any shellac left on that section, then I'll take some 0.03 micron lapping film, what a lot of guys are calling oh, I forget what they call it, but they're calling it a different thing on some of the forums. But this is the 0.5 micron version of it. Mylar film is what they're calling it. This is not Mylar film, it's lapping film. It's made for to polish fiber optics. I have successfully for many months honed straight razors on it as well, on successive progressions of this, different grits of this. And this is 0.5 micron. The 0.03 micron is a white sheet, and you can see I've been smoothing out a nib on that. And anyway, if there's any shellac left on this section here after this pen dries, then I will take some of that and take it off of there and polish it up really nice back where it was, and it'll be beautiful. So so that's it right there. And what I will do is I'll let that dry for 24 hours, then I'll come back and we'll put it into the pen. Alright, thank you for watching. God bless you, and I'll talk to you later. Alright, so it's been 24 hours. It's time to fill the pen, to assemble it and fill it. What I've done, I've already powdered it up. We're going to slide it in. And this pen has a bit of a problem sometimes going in straight. Right there it did just fine. So it's ready to go. We're going to take our Parker. This is Parker Black, Quink Black, which is a favorite black ink of mine because it flows really smoothly in the pen that I own. And I'm going to take the lever, open it up, place the nib down in the ink, and close it. And I believe That should have filled the pen. So let's check and see. I prefer to post, and on this pen, as small as it is, it's a smart idea to post, for me at least. So let's see. Alright, the quick, now remember this is a extra fine nib. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Kind of scratchy, but again, extra fine nib. And the paper is 20 weight copy paper. It's nothing fancy. So this is a Sheaffer Wasp, and it's 30s or 40s. That ain't $1, big boy. It has an extra fine nib, and we're using Parker Quink Black. One more with the quick brown fox. So the pen is now writing, trying to spell writing, talking and writing at the same time. Beautiful. I'm just not writing well or spelling well today. I can see that the nib will need a bit of smoothing because the extra fine tip is digging into the paper on the upstrokes, but there's the pen, fully restored, with a brand new sack. Posted. Sheaffer Wasp. And I believe the nib says Wasp 343 X Fine, made in USA. The writing says Wasp at a point, Fort Madison, I believe, Iowa, USA. Beautiful pen. Bit of tuning or smoothing on some lapping film, and this pen will write wonderfully well. Thanks for watching, and God bless you. I'll talk to you later.